and to be amazed.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, it's here, but it's not in presentation mode, hey?
Okay, you see it in
There we
presentation. Okay, perfect. Good morning. So much for attending today. It is my pleasure to present my study to you today. The integration of technology in education has revolutionized traditional teaching methods. One such technology tool that has gained popularity among teachers is Book Widgets. The title of my study is Gamifying Teaching and Learning Using Book Widgets. Before we dive into the details, let's explore why gamification is not just a passing trend, but plays an integral part of education. Gamification has gained significant recognition in the field of education. This innovative approach to teaching and learning has revolutionized traditional teaching methods, providing a fresh perspective on engaging the students in the educational process. Teaching and learning have been improved by its integration. The main issue that teachers face in modern education is the lack of engagement and motivation for students to participate actively in the educational process. Book Widgets is an easy-to-use platform. It is used to create interactive activities. Book Widgets also offer gamification elements such as interactive quizzes, puzzles, flashcards, video-based activities, and much more. Gamification refers to the utilization of game elements in contexts that are not related to games, such as the field of education. It is crucial to acknowledge that the definition of gamification can easily be confused with game-based learning and serious games, despite the differences in principles and concepts between them. Integrating elements such as points, badges, and leaderboards increases motivation, engagement, and active participation, ultimately enhancing the ability to solve problems and think critically. Through the incorporation of gamification elements in the classroom, students are more motivated, more engaged, and more likely to reach their desired learning outcomes. Gamification can be divided into two components, dynamics and mechanics. Mechanics refer to the components of gamification. They determine the rules, the procedures, and the algorithms of the game. For instance, badges, points, leaderboards, levels, and challenges are the most used motivators for the students. And the dynamics are the abstract ideas that arise from the interaction between the student and the game mechanics. Examples of the dynamics include achievement, competition, status, and progress monitoring. Through the use of these two components of dynamics and mechanics, gamification can also aim to elevate the intrinsic and extrinsic motivations through games and game-like approaches in order to motivate students and enhance the engagement and participation. The intrinsic motivation method involves the use of ideas and elements to create a more engaging experience for the students, whereas the extrinsic motivation method involves the use of game elements such as points and leaderboards to enhance the learning experience. Gamification has proven effective in enhancing student engagement and motivation in education. Teachers have found Book Widgets to be a very valuable tool for motivating students. It is a cloud-based platform for creating, distributing, and grading assignments. What sets Book Widgets apart is its compatibility with various platforms such as Google Classroom, Canvas, Moodle, and digital whiteboards, making it a top choice among teachers. Its cross-platform support allows it to run on a wide range of devices, ensuring easy access to content regardless of their operating system. This compatibility boosts students' motivation and engagement in the learning environment. This study adapted the gamification taxonomy framework to investigate the gamification elements within Book Widgets. Let's take a look at the ecological dimension. They include elements such as rarity, economy, imposed choice, chance, time pressure. In the social dimension, elements include social pressure, competition, cooperation, reputation. In the personal dimension, elements include sensation, objective, puzzle, renovation, and novelty. In the fictional dimension, elements include narrative and storytelling. In the performance dimension, elements include acknowledgement, stats, points, level, and progression. This study utilized the interpretivist paradigm and adopted the qualitative approach in conjunction with the case study design. This was done to obtain the in-depth information. A sample of 10 female grade 5 students from a private school in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, who agreed to participate in the study was selected. The instrument used to collect data was semi-structured interviews, and using semi-structured interviews, the researcher asked open-ended and probing questions to gather the qualitative data on the participants' responses. Let's go to the results in discussion. In the ecological dimension, several elements came to the forefront. One noticeable element was chance. It became apparent when students received bonus points unexpectedly. Participant 5 mentioned feeling excited to play games. This statement emphasizes the effect of bonus points on motivating student learning. The ecological dimension also plays a role in motivating students extrinsically through the time pressure element. However, participant 2 commented, "If I do not finish on time, I feel sad and defeated." This statement suggests a sense of demotivation when a student doesn't meet the deadline. The ecological dimension has a profound impact on both intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, each expressed in different ways. But time-based motivation has its limitations in terms of its long-term effectiveness. The social dimension introduces a dynamic interplay of intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Through these observations, many of the participants experienced disappointment when they scored lower than their peers or faced losses in the game. This emotional response is closely tied to the competitive aspect of the Book Widget application. Participant 5 shed light onto this competitive drive. "It looks like a competition and I really want to win." This statement clearly demonstrates the competitive nature of the application, which encourages students to do their best. Cooperation can be both fun and motivating, as participants often mentioned the pleasure of playing with friends. Repetition becomes evident when students express their desire to showcase their skills by achieving certain levels or reaching a particular status within the game. Participant 8 mentioned, "Scoreboards keep me motivated." They believe by comparing their own performance to that of others, they determine whether they are winning or they're not. This constant comparison serves as a driving force for their motivation. In this dimension, participants found several features in the Book Widget application to be highly motivating for this learning experience. These elements include animations, colors, and background sounds. Let's dive into how these elements influence their motivation. Participant 6 mentioned, "Animations make me want to learn more because it makes the game look fun and the music is relaxing." This highlights the sensation element at play, which stimulates the senses and contributes to intrinsic motivation. Another motivating element that was observed is the element of renovation, which encourages students intrinsically to attempt a second opportunity, such as redoing a task or receiving a second life if they fail. Participant 9 mentioned, "I will try again." This student indicated that Book Widget sparks their intrinsic motivation to learn more, especially when they were given a second opportunity. Participants also found that quizzes were highly effective in motivating their learning. Participant 1 stated, "Quizzes keep me focused." This suggests that quizzes not only help students learn more effectively, but also motivate them to complete tasks more efficiently. The puzzle and time pressure elements described in the ecological dimension work together to motivate and engage the students. In the fictional dimension, this dimension focuses on the audiobooks that were designed to stimulate students' imagination and motivate them intrinsically. Participant 9 describes Book Widgets as fun and encouraging. It does not feel like school. The power of imagination and the senses of fun derived from this experience was evident. This participant emphasizes how students become fully immersed in the game. Book Widgets offer 7 different storytelling tools. Students were given an immersive and interactive learning environment that kept them motivated. The element within the Book Widget application played a significant role in motivating students, often intertwined with other elements that contributed to their motivation. Participant 9 highlighted the significance of receiving bonus points, saying, "I feel happy because when I earn bonus points, it feels like you're getting something extra." This implies a sense of reward or joy associated with earning bonus points. Points provided motivation for students to complete the tasks. The progression element enables the students to access their own progress in the learning environment, also providing them with an extrinsic sense of advancement. As participant 4 mentioned, it motivates me to learn more so I can get better. From the perspective of the performance dimension, extrinsic motivation played a vital role, particularly in relation to the environmental responses that provide feedback to the learner through assessments. This study affirms that the 5 dimensions outlined in the gamification taxonomy framework were clearly evident within the Book Widget application. These dimensions have played a pivotal role in enhancing both intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. The experiences with the application have been positive, contributing to increased motivation and engagement in the learning experience. The application also encourages learning and engagement. Gaming elements work together to create an holistic and engaging experience for the students. However, it is worth acknowledging that the Book Widget application as a gamified learning environment does have some limitations, such as considering adding additional gamification elements, and that more studies be conducted to investigate how these gamification elements contribute to learning in a variety of subjects. Do you have any questions?
Thanks, Avia. It's always interesting to see the difference between intrinsic and extrinsic play out. Very interesting. I see there's a question from Dr. Pam.
Okay.
Hi, hello. I know Book Widgets very well, and I also
Okay.
know H5P very well. Many of the comments have been made about Book Widgets in general. However, there are different aspects in Book Widgets, and it also depends on which things have been edited in or out of Book Widgets. And I'm not crazy about the negative comments about Book Widgets. It is a wonderful package. And to generalize about gamification and Book Widgets, I would be a little bit reluctant.
Okay.
Reluctant because there are so many aspects to Book Widgets. It's the same as talking about Microsoft Office. Microsoft Office has got many different parts to it. And the same as Book Widgets has also got many different parts to it. One can't say that Book Widgets is great for gamification in the same as you can't say that Microsoft Office is very good for teaching.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes. No, thank you so much for sharing that with me.
Any other questions? I'm always, as I say, interested in the differentiation between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Where one starts and the other stops. One of my colleagues did a study the other day where he found, I think he's not in the room at the moment, but his study found that students who are extrinsically motivated by either the prospective job opportunities or a raise or something are the ones who stuck and persisted in the studies, whereas those who were intrinsically interested got what they wanted and left and didn't complete. And so often I suppose it's not that the one is good and the other one is bad, but there are different ways in which both of these play out. I don't know if you had similar notions in your study, Sabia?
Yes. Personally, from my experience, I've noticed when I used Book Widgets that some students find some elements motivating, whereas others find it demotivating. Because Book Widgets have a lot of elements in it, some find it motivating, some find it demotivating, and that's the best, thing about all applications, not just Book Widgets, but all different gamification applications out there.
Of course.
and which provides both intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Yes.
Yeah. Thanks, Abia. We appreciate your time and your effort. I think we'll wrap it up now. I think we could potentially go to the next session. Now, we've had some problems, it seems, with sometimes with the program. If yours